We are back live here for the TTL F1 Classic Series, and there's Venom who leads the way from Navy by 0.7 of a second. Quite a few things have happened since I magically lost connection to both the lobby and to the party, which was absolutely fantastic. Honey Badger has been into the pit for fresh tyres, and I think Cowboy has had a spin as well, but Venom really bad, I think, because it's lagging all over the place. But we are back live, which I'm glad to report.
Yeah, just looking actually through the grid at the moment, having a look at people's races. The top two, kind of in a class of their own at the moment. They are really starting to disappear from Charlie and Mashiro in behind. Mashiro's, at the moment, the straight line speed is costing Mashiro so much because he's 3 or 4 miles an hour slower in the straight line, and he's still able to keep with Charlie. But if he had just that little bit extra straight line speed, he would be up and past Charlie pretty much in a heartbeat. So Mashiro's getting the absolute most out of that Red Bull, but it's just still not enough at the moment.
Maybe getting the absolute most out of the McLaren as well. He's just set the new fastest lap of the race, and he's only 0.3 behind Venom as we come down towards the Rouge and Rally. We've got 3 more laps to go. Thank goodness we're back live, and thank goodness we're back in the lobby as well. As now Navy is right on the back of Venom, Jeffrey on the back of Maze as well. I think he's just got the move done through the source. Good move there.
Right down the inside, good move from him. He had to do it, he wouldn't be able to do it on the straight because of that straight line speed, but Maze is coming back at him. They're side by side through Rouge and Rally.
Brilliant.
They pulled it off, and Maze is taking the position back. What a brilliant move from Maze.
And he's in the McLaren as well, so that speed is just going to get better and better. Or is he? No, I think he's giving that back the position because he's picked up a 3-second time penalty. I think that might be fair, to be honest, from Maze. Jeffrey gets the move back done. Maze picked up a 3-second time, but he looked like he cut the inside of a Rouge, so it might have been off track. Good sportsmanship, I think, if that was the case. I think he's just let him clean back through. Jeffrey's back up to 8th.
Yeah, fair enough. Good stuff from Jeffrey then. Able to force Maze into that mistake, and he's through, and he's finally dispatched the McLaren driver with 2.5 laps to go. Let's see if he can do anything about the cars in front. It is a 5-second gap, so he's going to have to set the timing screens alight, and we'll have to wait and see what he can do. Yeah, meanwhile at the front of the field, it's just kind of pretty stagnant at the moment. Graham's starting to drop off the back of Sean now for P5, so Sean seems pretty content at the moment in the McLaren in fifth place.
Venom just catching on board with both the speeds that they're given. Venom's got 189 mile an hour, Navy's got 191 mile an hour underneath that McLaren. So this is really advantage Navy, you would think, but Venom is hanging on in there, and it's so difficult to overtake, especially around a very high density track in terms of overtaking, like Belgium normally is. Navy, in the meantime, trying to get onto the back of Venom, still 3.5 away roughly as they come down towards the Rouge and Rally on once again. Mashiro is trying to get onto the back of Charlie, just in behind as well. Here comes Navy on the back of Venom. But again, just look at how much he is closing, but look at how much he's not going to get the overtake done, because he's flatting out at 191 mile an hour. Venom is just holding on there, and it's the same story for Charlie and Mashiro.
Yeah, actually Charlie's pulling away from Mashiro in a straight line. That's how much that Red Bull is struggling at the moment to try and close in on Charlie, so Mashiro's just waiting for a mistake. But another thing to note on, once again, Honey Badger's come out, he's a lap down, he set the fastest lap of the race, but if you've seen on the track map, he's following 2 leaders. Honey Badger has brilliant pace, but again, just too many mistakes, and it's cost him dearly. But he's all over the back of Navy's car, and he's a lap down.
Navy spun! Navy spun through Pouon, he's got the curb through Pouon. I can't believe it! Navy, the championship leader, has just spun through Pouon and has given Mashiro and Charlie a bite of the cherry. Unbelievable stuff. That is unbelievable, Jeff.
This is primary time for Mashiro to try and get past Charlie now that Navy is behind him. But in fact, Navy's kind of got away with it in a way, in that the gap was so big to 5th place that he's spun, and Sean still hasn't been able to pass him. So Navy's still in 4th and only 1 place behind. But Mashiro must be desperate to pass Charlie now.
0.3 away, and he is gaining, actually coming through Blanchimont. Can the Red Bull get the move done on the McLaren in the final lap of the race? It is Venom now with a very comfortable margin of 3.4 seconds from Charlie. Mashiro in 3rd. Look at how close he is back through the bus stop chicane. Goodness me, he's very close to the back. Could he potentially get a move done down into the source? I would probably risk it for a chocolate biscuit, to be honest, but he doesn't. He's going to wait, maybe force Charlie into a bit of a mistake out of the source. In fact, Charlie gets a superior run. Mashiro now on the back with a POV shot as we run down towards the Rouge and Rally for the final time in this first race. Second race, of course, still to come. Mashiro takes that flat out, but look at Charlie. You can just see the gap beginning to extend away. It's just closing up slightly, but now the gap will begin to extend away. Charlie breaking the toe, and Charlie has got second place pretty much in his back pocket coming down the Kemmel Straight. Never really in doubt. Mashiro has got to fly and maybe put Charlie into a bit of a mistake, but also try and keep an eye on those tyres because they're going to degrade quite severely in this final lap of the race.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Mashiro honestly should have gone for the move at La Source. I think that was his prime opportunity. I think he wanted to wait to see to the straights to see if he could get past, but he should know at this point in the race really that the Red Bull's not fast enough in a straight line to pull that one off, so he's going to have to wait and see if Charlie makes a mistake in the second half of this lap. Meanwhile, Venom, well, it's a comfortable win in the end really for him, isn't it? And it's not really looked in doubt. It's almost Spain completely repeated for Venom, in that he's not been the fastest man on the track, but he's driven brilliantly in a brilliant defensive race, and he's going to be rewarded for it. Mashiro, oh my word, round the outside of Charlie. Oh, Charlie no. Squeezes him. Oh my word, that was almost a terrifying accident for Mashiro, but he backs out just in time so he doesn't hit the wall. Yeah, that was a little bit close for comfort between those two.
Venom, though, coming up towards the bus stop chicane. I will give you my thoughts on that in just a second, but Venom is coming around the final corner to win. 5.2 seconds the advantage. He has won here in Belgium for race 1. Charlie in second. To be honest, I think Mashiro was trying to go for a move that really wasn't there, trying to go around the outside of Stavolo. Never going to pull it off. Nathan's only finished 3/10 off him in the end because of penalties. Sean across the line in 5th. Raymond Conti, was that side by side coming across the line I thought I saw there? Graham finishing 6th, Conti 7th, Jeffrey down to 9th because Mays has got no penalties, and he's got a 5-second time police for an unserved penalty of some sort. Did Jeffrey come into the pits? He hasn't.
No, I think he might have got a 5-second penalty for a corner cut at bus stop early on in the race. And that's
That'll make sense. That'll make sense, yeah. Gort has got the move done, by the way, on 0, and the Gort going to be coming across the line for 11th position. 0 going to be across the line for 12th, and actually he gained 0 across the line in 11th, not really his race, but he gets ahead of Gort. And Honey Badger also finished as a human car, even though he was a lap down, he finished as a human car, and he will pick up 13th position points as well. But it is your winner, Venom, who takes the win out on track. A fantastic drive from the Ferrari man. Very unlucky for Navy not to be on the top 3 in the end, but Mashiro taking it to the final race of the season. It's going to be a close one.
Absolutely, yeah. I just have to actually work out exactly how the points gap is now coming into this last race. The points after a 3rd and 4th place finish. The 3rd place is 20 and the 4th is only 18. So wow, it's still an 18-point lead at the moment that Navy holds coming into the last race. So it's going to have to go horribly wrong for Navy in this race for Mashiro to pull that one off.
Venom, though, taking the win from Charlie in 2nd. How consistent has Charlie been these last 2 weeks? Honestly, fantastic drive once again. Mashiro finishing in 3rd, Navy in 4th, Sean in 5th, Graham in 6th, Conti in 7th, Mays in 8th, Cowboy in 9th, Jeffrey in 10th, 0 in 11th, Gort in 12th. Does he realise there's another race up and coming? I hope so. Honey Badger in 13th, Casper and Siege, the only 2 DNFs out of their race, and what, to be honest, was a very clean race, apart from my disconnect.
Yeah, apart from that, yeah, it was a pretty clean race throughout the entire thing, yeah. Just coming into the last race as well, just working out if Mashiro does take the win in the last race, that means that Navy only needs to finish, I believe, he needs to finish 7th or higher. If he finishes 8th and Mashiro wins the race, they'll tie on points. But Navy, I believe, has more race wins this season, so he'd win that on countback anyway. So 8th or higher is where Navy needs to finish in this next race.
If I'm not mistaken, by the way, I think, was it Honey Badger that took the fastest lap of the race?
It was, yeah. Second to last lap, he took the fastest lap, yeah.
Yeah, but Venom and Navy, if the fastest lap went to Venom, Navy was 2 thousandths off on his fastest lap time. 2 thousandths. Unreal.
Wow. Shows how close they were in the end, those two, in terms of pace.
Comes to show how consistent they were as well. It was absolutely great to see. Venom obviously leading the charge. My mum is on a call downstairs, so I'm not going to go just yet. I might have to go about halfway through this race, which is a shame. But Venom out on top, Charlie 2nd, Mashiro in 3rd, coming into tonight. And, well, into the second race here tonight. Who are your bets on? Let me try and have a look at the comment section. I'm going to risk my connection for this. And have a look at the comment section from both streams. This is part 2, so don't adjust your sets at all. Sets, I said there, not something else.
I'm just looking at the comments myself. We've only got one on the current stream, and it's from Charlie, saying about that last lap incident with Mashiro, saying he tried to leave room, but he hit the curb on the inside, and it just bounced him across the track, which is why there was near contact between the two of them. There was obviously it was a bit of an ambitious move from Mashiro's side anyway, so I don't imagine we'll see anything come of that. But fair racing from Charlie to at least back out the corner and not hit Mashiro, and they kept going and ended up finishing second and third.
There's a migrating host. Oh. What's happened here? Hello? Are you still here?
Mm-hmm.
You're still here? I've just been disconnected from the session again.
Amazing.
This is very strange.
It's been a rough run for the last round of the season.
It's been a rough run for the last 15 minutes, I think. Yeah, but my connection is fine. I think. I hope. We're still live, which is good. I just need an invite now to the lobby. I might be Goose for the second race. It might be a radio commentary.
It may be, yeah. I'm just going to commentate actually over qualifying while we wait and see if you get any sort of invite back. Or just on board with Siege, actually. Siege is going to be the man we ride on board with. I'm not sure if there's maybe a glitch with the lobby, I'm not sure. The Siege coming down through La Source, coming up into Eau Rouge and Radion. Currently running in 5th at the moment, keeps it well within the bounds. He actually doesn't use a lot of the road in the end. And he's maxing out about 190 miles an hour without slipstream, so he's got a very fast car in a straight line, and that's actually proved he's passed Honey Badger down the Kemmel Straight, coming into Les Combes. Quite early on the brakes actually for Siege, not as late as other people. So he comes through the Les Combes chicane. And again, doesn't use a lot of the exit curb. Now down into the long downhill hairpin. It's very easy to get this one wrong, and if you catch the curb on the outside of the corner, easy to spin into the corner with no name. Shifts down into 3rd, again not using a lot of the road, but it's paying off at the moment. Just looking at the leaderboard at the moment, it's Honey Badger that's currently fastest. So come through Pouon. See through Pouon, nice and easy, not using a lot of the road again. So it comes now through the chicane just before the start of the last sector. To the 290 right hand corners. Again, not using a lot of the road is Siege, but he comes out onto the back straight, just coming up to Blanchimont now. We've got a number of people actually retiring Casper at both 2 Red Bulls. Casper and Jeffrey Haverly. Mashiro have had a terrible qualifying so far. They're well down in 11th and 12th. Meanwhile, Navy's up in 2nd, so it's going really well so far for our championship leader. Coming into the bus stop chicane though. Siege not using a lot of the curb on the second half of the chicane. Inside and outside, but comes up to the line. It's going to be Honey Badger on pole though. Honey Badger by 0.2 of a second takes pole position. Mashiro and Charlie, 2 podium finishes from the first race, have disqualified from the session for invalid lap time. So scenario almost perfect for Navy after that qualifying session.
And I hope you guys imagined that in your brain for that.
I'd just like to say though, I'll run you through the order though. So it's Honey Badger that takes pole position by 2.5 of a second over Navy. 7/10 back in 3rd place is Corboy, he's 3rd. Conti is 4th, ahead of Mays 5th, and Siege 6th. Is a McLaren top 6. The first non-McLaren car is in 7th, that's Graham in the Ferrari. Then it's Sean 8th, 9th, Venom rounds off the top 10. Jeffrey, Casper, Mashiro and Charlie all did not set lap times in the end.
And obviously the Gort left the session as well, I do believe. So we're down to 14 drivers for tonight. If somebody can please send me an invite over, that'll be much appreciated. I'm sick of seeing the F1 2020 coming soon thing on my screen. Oh, goodness me. Unless you want to see me continue my career mode in Spain. Yeah. But yeah, appreciate that. I'll check my notifications, see if I have actually got an invite. I haven't. The only invite I've got is to the party that we're in. So, absolutely brilliant. And I think did Venom leave the session? Did you say?
He did. He joined back. Unfortunately, we just loaded into the race. We're about 20 seconds from the start of the formation lap, and Venom's left the session again. Unfortunately, so I don't know if there's an issue on his end.
I wonder if there's a PSN issue going on, possibly. Possibly,
yeah. We've got 5 seconds though till the formation lap starts, so I have to wait and see if anyone...
I've got an invite.
There we go, he's nearly back. Yeah, a McLaren top 6 at the end of the qualifying session. That's going to be very interesting to see if any of the other cars can get in on the action. I mean, it's 7 McLarens make up the top 8 on the grid at the moment, which is crazy to see how good those McLarens are. even with a poor lap, you can still get a good time out of the McLaren. And Graham is the first non-McLaren car. He's got a lot riding on his shoulders in P7. Venom has rejoined the session as well, but I think Venom's car may have left the grid, unfortunately.
If that's the case, there'll be a spot free.
Yeah, his car has left the grid, unfortunately. There is no 10th place car. It's 9th, 0, and 11th, Jeffrey. So Venom's car has left the grid. So unfortunately, he won't be able to take part in the last race of the season, which is a shame for Venom. He was in the battle for possibly P2 in the standings, and I think he might have taken P2 in the standings after that race in the first half, but unfortunately he won't be able to compete in the second race, which is such a shame. He's shown brilliant pace all season.
Oh, so good now. It's so good to see 6 McLarens in a row now. So good. I'd like to see on-track action, and we've got on-track action back. Thank you very much to Siege, who gave me the invite back into the lobby. Hopefully we're going to be fine with the lobby as well, and hopefully we're going to be fine with the stream as well, and hopefully don't delve into part 3. But you can see that, yeah, that 10th position for Venom has sadly gone. His car is not on the grid at all, so Venom's sadly not going to be starting this race. Unfortunate for the Scotsman, but sadly it looks like a disconnection might have happened. He might be having the same problem as me, to be honest, with some of the disconnections that I've been having. It's like every 15 minutes it happens. It was like 8:15, and then it was just before 8:30, so, have to see how this one goes. Hopefully it's going to be full 11 laps worth of action for you guys here out on track tonight. And Honey Badger leading us off, of course, on this formation lap. Naples second, Cowboy in third. Top 3 coming into this second race. Who are you going to go for? Because Honey Badger's on pole, remember?
Yeah, I still think Navy's probably going to take this one, if I'm honest. I think Navy, he's shown great pace all season, and this is prime opportunity for him to win in the last round of the season and finish off the season in style. So I think we'll see Navy win the race. Second and third is going to be a really hard one to call. I think we might see Cowboy second in this race. Might see him second on the podium. Third, I'm going to go for Siege. I think we'll see McLaren top 3, but I think it will be Navy, Cowboy and Siege the top 3.
Navy, Cowboy, Siege, quite interesting. I'm going to go... Do you know what? I'm going to go for a bit of a shock. I'm going to go Cowboy for the win. I'm going to go Navy for second, and I'm going to go for Honey Badger for third. And I will let you take the start, because I'm going to nip off and switch off a laptop.
Amazing. Well, here we go then. Everyone lining up on the grid. Only 13 cars this time. Wait for all the lights to go out, and we'll see which of the McLarens gets the best start off the line. Here come the red lights then ahead of the drivers. We've got 4 and then 5 lights. Which one's going to get the best start? Well, it's gone out relatively quickly, but it looks like an even start across the field. Third and fourth actually get a pretty terrible start. Graham looks like he's had a brilliant start in the Ferrari. But into to hold the lead, is he? Or Navy's looking around the outside. I don't think he's quite going to be able to get the move stuck though, is Navy. Honey Badger's going to hold on to the lead for the time being. Siege already up to 4th. He's past Conti and Mays, who've had pretty atrocious starts. Graham's had a great start. He's up to 5th in the Ferrari, and he's on the back of Siege, possibly for 4th. In the front of the field, Navy pulls to the outside of Honey Badger, but having got the straight line speed to get the move done, so Honey Badger keeps the lead for the time being. Navy has another look into Lake Palm, but isn't close enough to make the move stick. So it's McLaren 1, 2, 3, 4, Ferrari in P5, and then Conti, Sean and Mays make up the rest of the McLarens down in 8th. We've got Casper and Zero side by side. Mashiro's had a bit of a poor start in the Red Bull. 3 Red Bulls at the back of the field. Mashiro having a look down the inside of Zero, but he's not quite close enough to make the move stick at the front of the field. Though Honey Badger just holds on to the lead for the time being. Oh, Navy, a big slide there through the corner with no name. Here comes Cowboy to the outside into Puon. Not going to go side by side through here, are they? They are. Navy keeps it down the inside. They're still side by side. Great racing for these two to not make contact with the curb or with each other. Navy's going to hold it around the outside, is he? He does. He cuts Cowboy off. And Navy just about holds on to P2. So well defended there from Navy. But again, another little error. A little mistake on traction. And that almost put him under pressure from the cars behind. Casper and Charlie, meanwhile, side by side. Charlie looking around the outside of the Red Bull man and is going to make the move stick. Here comes Nashiro. Nashiro, I think Mays has made contact with Sean, his teammate, somewhere on the lap. So they've dropped to the back of the field, unfortunately, the 2 McLarens. Nashiro on the back of Casper and Zero, who are side by side through Blanchimont. 3 Red Bulls, almost 3 wide, coming up to the bus stop. It's going to be Casper in front of Zero. Nashiro breaks pretty early to try and avoid any contact, and he has to stay in 11th for the time being. But yeah, Honey Badger leads the first lap, 1.5 seconds clear now with Navy. He's got some catching up to do. And behind Cowboy in third, ahead of Siege 4th. Graham 5th. He's dropped back from the back of Siege at the moment. He's got Conti up behind him. Oh, Conti makes a little bit of a mistake on traction though. He nearly hits the wall on the inside of the source. Gets away with it though, but that's going to put him under pressure from Jeffrey coming through Eau Rouge and up Radion. comes Charlie as well. Charlie's had a brilliant start from the back of the field. He's up to P8 already, and he's looking for 7th on Jeffrey. Here comes a straight line speed with that McLaren. Side, but he's defended. He has a look to the inside now. We know Jeffrey's very late on the brakes, so here's Charlie even later on the brakes on the inside. There's a little bit of contact. They get away with it though, and Jeffrey just about holds onto the position for the time being, so well defended. And one in the background, Mashiro's made his way past 0. Casper and Mashiro have passed 0 now, and 0's down into 11th. Got Mays and Sean in the pit lane as well, so they've obviously pitted for damage early on in this race. But the top 3 are starting to spread out a little bit now. Navy's still at a 1.5 seconds off the back of Honey Badger. Callboy though over a second behind Navy now though. And Siege a little bit further back himself as well. Graham's still in P5. He's starting to close back into Siege a little bit. I think he made a mistake at the end of the first lap. He's starting to close back in on that Ferrari. He's got better race pace than qualifying pace as Graham. And behind Jeffrey and Charlie still going at it, and they've actually been caught really quickly by Casper and Mashiro. It does look like Jeffrey's struggling for pace and is holding Charlie up, and he's backing into his 2 local teammates. But Casper at the moment looking the faster off the Red Bulls. He's all over the back, but look at Charlie straight line speeding that McLaren. So going to go to the outside of the Blanche, and he's not going to pull that one off, is he? They're still side by side. Jeffrey squeezes him ever so slightly, but Charlie's just going to hold on. And Charlie goes down the inside, does he? Jeffrey again incredibly late on the brakes. There's more wheel-to-wheel contact. Jeffrey just holds on to the place, and Casper can't capitalise himself either, and they stay in the same places somehow. I have no idea how they've managed that, but Jeffrey holds on to P7.
Casper lets through Mashiro as well, so Mashiro through up to P9, Casper down to P10. I'm back! Just like that, I'm back, and hopefully my connection is actually quite good. I'm just going to pull my PS4 down slightly, there we go. But Honey Badger leads, Navy second, Cowboy in third. I've missed literally everything that has happened over the first 2 laps. So, can you fill me in?
Yeah, absolutely. Honey Badger and Navy pretty even starts in the end. Navy actually made a little bit of a mistake on the first lap and nearly spun the car. Cowboy was all over him, but Navy defended the place pretty well and held on to second. Behind that, Graham had an incredible start in Ferrari, and I believe it was Mays and Conti had pretty atrocious starts, and they dropped a number of places. But other than that, it's a relatively tame first lap, and it's been the Red Bulls trying to fight their way back through the field at the moment. That's been the main story so far.
Oh, Casper into the wall! Oh. Casper into the wall. He's got no control on that car at all. It looks like I'm not sure if it was to purposely quit the race, but he's done. Casper looks done. He's got a 10-second time penalty as well. I think, honestly, the way he's drifting down, that's either a disconnect or that is just pure failure of like a controller or a wheel.
That is a shame for Casper.
Very strange.
Both races for him. Here comes Charlie though again on Jeffrey. Look at the straight line speed of that McLaren. It is like he has DRS in that car. He's so quick in the straight line. Goes to the outside.
Just about ahead.
Oh my word, Jeffrey a little bit into the side. A little bit more contact. How they're getting away with this, I don't know. Here comes Jeffrey back down the inside. He's so late on the brakes again, but Charlie sees it coming.
Charlie's going to
hold on.
And there goes Mashiro as well.
Now. Yeah, and Jeffrey's not going to fight that one, so Mashiro's up into 8th place.
Jeffrey just fighting a bit too hard, and a bit too hard indeed. He's lost right inside end plate, and now Mashiro just been rammed into the back by Jeffrey. All of that hard work for absolutely nothing. I literally just said at the tip of my tongue, he was just being a little bit aggressive for my liking. He's retired on track as well. It's unfortunate.
Conti on Graham.
Yeah,
Conti trying to work his way back through after a bit of a poor start. Let's see if he can get past Graham, who's struggling for a bit of pace now in that Ferrari.
Late on the brakes.
Graham late enough on the brakes to hold it. Oh, there's slight contact, but they get away with it. But Graham holds into P5 for the time being, but you can see that Ferrari is just not fast enough in the straight line, and the 4 McLarens in front have disappeared up the road.
Yeah, 4 McLarens in front. Honey Badger Navy. Oh yeah, Honey Badger time penalty, good spot.
Yeah. Oh, Honey Badger touches the curb on the inside of
He's
Pool
gone
as
wide.
well. He held it.
He's gone on here. He spun. He spun from the lead of the race.
Another mistake from Honey Badger, and he's dropped it on the exit of Pouon. Last race of the season, his best shot at a win, and it looked in the bag, and again another mistake from Honey Badger, and that's how he's going to end his season.
Just the feathering of the throttle again, letting him down. He just applied a bit too much power out of Pouon. He got caught on the bump actually coming out of Pouon from when I rode on board. So unfortunate again. And Honey Badger from the lead of the race is down to 9th position and has got damage as well to that front wing. He may as well continue because Mays is probably about 40 seconds behind him, and he can probably still come out in front of him.
Yeah, he could probably still come out in front of Mays, and even if he doesn't, we know that Mays and Sean don't quite have the same pace as Honey Badger, so you can still finish in the top 10 in this race, but this has all but secured Navy's championship win at the moment. 3 seconds out in the lead, and Shiro down in 7th.
Yeah, Navy doing a good job out in front. 3 seconds the gap to Callboy. Siege in 3rd, Graham in 4th, Conti in 5th, but on the back of Graham. Graham, of course, driving a very good race, like he did actually when he scored a podium, of course, last time out in Canada. Honey Badger with a 10-second time penalty across the bus stop chicane, and he's retired, I think, coming into the pit lane. I think that was pretty much just out of frustration. Here comes Conti, though, on the back of Graham. Now down the Camel Straight. Dutch corner to the left-hand side. Conti just about got the legs here, or has he? On the back of Graham, can he get the move done? We saw a little bit of contact with these two last time around. No contact this time around. Graham holds on to position, and fair play, because they made contact there last time around. They gave each other plenty of space, plenty of room to play with, and Graham still holds on for 4th. They've got to be careful though, because Charlie and Machine will beginning to get into this as well.
Yeah, absolutely. But one thing I have noticed throughout both races actually is that the McLaren people in the McLaren don't seem as confident on the brakes. While they're faster in a straight line, the Ferraris, the likes of Graham and Mashiro, and especially Jeffrey, we saw it in both races, they're so much more confident and later on the brakes, and that's helping them defend. So it's going to be difficult maybe for the McLarens just with their pure straight line speed. They're going to have to get confident on the brakes, especially against Graham, who looks very confident on the brakes and is defending 4th really well.
Charlie just getting caught on the inside curve there. Mashiro as well, similarly going on the inside curve. He's 4 tenths up on his personal best on Mashiro. He's on the back of Charlie as we are about to come on to lap 6. It's Napier who leads from Callboy in 2nd, Siege in 3rd, Graham in 4th, Conti 5th, Charlie 6th, Mashiro 7th, 0-8, Mays in 9th, Sean in 10th. Honey Badger, of course, retiring out of the session. It looked like he retired into the pit lane.
I'm not sure if he crashed on the
I think at the pit wall, I think.
Yeah.
There's damage there, I've just seen it. Yeah. Damage on the right-hand side of the pit wall. So I think he's trying to straight line the chicane, I think, and obviously it's ended up in the wall. I think that's what's happened there.
Just kind of sums up Honey Badger's season, really, doesn't it? It shows incredible pace, and then just another mistake, and it's going all the way, really, hasn't it? And I think that means that he's going to be the lowest point scorer of the season, unfortunately.
He will be, which is unfortunate. Navy leading 3.8 seconds. Hopefully my connection is still going. I have a feeling it's going to drop out any second now. But on red bars at the minute on my screen. Oh, there we go. We're back. We're back. There we go. Navy though, still leading. Graham still coming under a bit of pressure from Conti. Beautiful helicopter cam as we come down towards Brussels and X corners respectively, halfway through the middle sector. It is Graham though who leads, Conti 2nd, Charlie in 3rd, Mashiro in 4th. What am I on about? They're in 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. Oh, you can tell it's been a long day for me at work, honestly. Oh.
Yeah, just actually running on board with Conti. Yeah, just running on board with Conti there. Graham is very fast in the first part of the second sector, and he pulls away massively, but he really struggles towards the end of the lap, and that's where Conti starts to catch back up. So we can see where Graham's weak spots are on the track, and that's where Conti really needs to capitalise.
Yeah, I think Conti honestly is weak through those, weak through Graham's strong spots, I think is what I'm going to try and say. Conti just looking a little bit weak. You can see him trying to close up, but already reaching 18,000 RPM, just on the brink of getting into 191 mile an hour. That McLaren is quick, but not as quick as the Ferrari. Ferrari's already got the legs on the McLaren for now down to the bus stop chicane. I think Conti, to be honest, has got to try it through the corners. He just made a slight mistake there through the bus stop chicane. Graham holding on to 4th, Conti 5th, Charlie 6th, and Mashiro's got an awesome run out the bus stop chicane. Needed on the back of Charlie coming down towards the source, but not quite. It's still Navy who leads, Callboy 2nd, Siege in 3rd. I mean, Navy out in front, it's all but wrapped up the championship run.
At the moment, yeah, we obviously saw him making a mistake there on the last lap in the last race, so we can it's never over till the fat lady sings, is it? It's never over till it's over. So we have to wait and see if Navy can finish the race without mistakes, which he wasn't able to do last time out, but at the moment it just looked pretty easy for him. I would like to say at this point in the race as well, my prediction is nigh on perfect. I hope it stays that way, because that'll be the first time I've predicted something completely right. Yeah, it is looking at the moment like the top 3 are kind of all running at similar pace at the moment. There's not really any one of the top 3 that is standing out as massively faster than the other, really. Navy just had a good start to the race, and that's how we got back after Belgium.
Just looking on board with Charlie as well, when you're riding on board with that, Charlie actually set the fastest first sector of anyone out on track. So Charlie trying to gain on Conti. He was quite close enough down towards Le Combe, but not getting the move done there. Mashiro's on the back of him as well, so he's got to worry about that Red Bull in behind. We know how quick Mashiro is on his day. Still Nevi who leads. Let's see what Charlie's middle sector is like. And it doesn't go purple. He's a 10th up on his personal best. But he has lost a little bit of time. And yeah, you're right. Mashiro is right on the back of him, trying to hammer away at the Brits advantage just ahead. It's 0.2 of a second. Looks like Charlie has just got the legs down towards bus stop. He's 0.2 behind. Will Mashiro go Daniel Ricciardo-esque in the Red Bull and go down the inside? He doesn't. Nevi on to lap 8 leading the way. Cowboy's made a slight mistake, I think. That gap was a second. It's now 8/10. Cowboy in second. Siege beginning to gain in third. And Graham under pressure. Conti looks like this battle for fourth is now beginning to split in two, I think.
Possibly, yeah. Charlie made a little mistake there on the exit of the source, but again, Mashiro he has opportunities to go down the inside of the likes of bus stop and the source and just isn't taking them. I don't think he's quite confident enough. I think he's too worried about being re-passed down the next straight. I think he just actually needs to make the move stick and try and make headway while the sun shines. Conti again on the back of Graham, but not close enough. Graham's just going to hold on P4 for the time being. Yeah,
Conti looking for a half-hearted move, I think, down in towards Lacombe, but not going to happen there. Mashiro is on the back of Charlie in the meantime. 6th and 7th these guys are. McLaren again to Red Bull. And bit of a quiz question. We didn't get to do it, of course, with my part 2 escapade that we did earlier on. Who won the 2010 Belgian Grand Prix off the back of your memory?
Oh Lord, that's that is a question. I think it may have been Hamilton. I think Hamilton won that race in the end. I'll have to reset that one because the things I can remember from that race were Vettel and Button coming together, and then Alonso being absolutely walloped by Barrichello's Williams and not retiring from the race, but retiring from slight contact with the barrier later on. So a few things I remember that one, but I think Hamilton ended up dominating that race in the end.
Well, I will tell you if you're right at the end of this race. But maybe leads. In the meantime, though, in the more present future, Mashiro's trying to get onto the back of Charlie, and I think, honestly, that gap before has now, as Navy's actually set the new fastest lap of the race. And I tell you what, Siege is really gaining on Cowboy here. Fastest final sector, personal best of him in that final sector. He's on the back of Cowboy, 5/10 away. It was 8/10 around the last time they came around, down through La Source and down towards the Route of Marion. Siege getting closer to the back of Cowboy here, and could he get P2?
It's definitely possible. Siege has got definitely good pace in that car, and Cowboy starts to drop off the back of Navy, but again, he's just not going to be close enough down the straight. So Cowboy doesn't really need to push that hard. He just needs to keep a good enough gap coming out of the source and down the back straight through Blanchimon, and he should be safe. But it's all about whether they make mistakes at this point in the race as well. Getting towards the end, some people might lose concentration and they might start making mistakes. But at the moment, Cowboy still seems pretty safe at P2.
Yeah, Cowboy actually through there was absolutely unreal. Look at Charlie on the back of Conti. Could he go for a move? Oh, and they're like inside of each other slightly there. Conti and Charlie very close to contact. Look at the ghosting system came into play. If that wasn't the ghosting system, then I don't know what was. Bit of PG-18, can't go wrong here.
The run Mashiro just got coming down into P1, but again the Red Bull maxes out so quickly that he has such a run as well. Yeah, and that's the time penalty for Mashiro as well. I think he's getting a little bit desperate at this point in the race, trying every which way to try and get past these guys in front, and it's just not working for him. But yeah,
Graham,
Charlie,
I think.
Again, look at him.
Look at Mashiro down the inside. This is just before Stavlo or contact.
Again, these two corners getting very close together. They just get away with it. But my word, Mashiro's getting incredible runs off these corners, but just hasn't got the max straight line speed to make anything stick from it.
He'd be hoping he had a McLaren set up in that Red Bull, to be honest, I think. Yeah. Navy sets another new fastest lap of the race, a 1:45.743 out on track. Siege trying to get on Cowboy. He was the personal best through the first sector. Let's see if Siege set a quicker lap, but Mashiro is all over the back of Charlie here. Are we going to get a repeat of race 1 here tonight, where we had Charlie and Mashiro make a little bit of contact through Stavolo on the final lap of the race? Are we going to see that? I think, honestly, Graham is nigh on settled for 4th. You could possibly say Conti's nigh on settled for 5th. I definitely think Graham, though, has now got that gap out to more than just under a second now. But it's more than enough, I think, for him to really control that gap to the end of the race.
And I think he's controlled it race throughout as well. Graham hasn't looked as fast as Conti, but Graham's defended very well and has driven a smart race. For P4, that's a good result in the end for Graham. He's had a pretty decent season, Graham, actually, so far. And yeah, he's doing a really, really good job. And like you say, that gap it's big enough where Graham doesn't really need to worry too much, and he doesn't really need to look in his mirrors that much unless Graham makes a mistake or Conti gets a lot closer. He is pretty safe in P4 at the moment, but Conti is starting to come under a little pressure from Charlie now. So I think it's all on for P5. Conti, as I say that.
Oh, what a recovery!
How did he hold that?
Oh, look at Mishiro! Both of them's going to get through. Oh, are they? Mishiro down the inside on Conti. Conti's out wide. Mishiro on the inside line. Mishiro on the outside line. The Red Bull against the McLaren. This is what Mishiro would have wanted. Not obviously with Charlie now getting ahead, but Mishiro is now through up to 6th ahead of Conti. Conti making that mistake through P1. Very costly indeed, but here he comes again. And look at the speed!
Look at the straight line speed. That
wow.
He's already passed.
Or is he? Because Mashiro's just got a bit of half look in, but no, Conti is through. Unbelievable stuff. Conti through, he's up to 6th. Mashiro down to 7th. Mashiro down into the inside of the bus stop. Oh my goodness me, very close to contact. It's Navy who leads though. On to the final lap of the race. Cowboy's just about got enough advantage in 2nd. Siege in 3rd, Grayman 4th. But I want to focus on this Mashiro and Conti battle. Conti thought he went wide there through turn 1. Beautifully judged action through the source. And now Mashiro's going to try and get that move done, but 3/10 of a second. And Conti nearly clips the wall, actually, the old pit wall, right up to the right-hand side there, the GT3 pit wall. Mashiro on the back of Conti, not going to be close enough, I think. You'll see the Dutch corner on the left-hand side. They're going to be supporting Conti, obviously, on track. You can see that gap beginning just to edge out, and Conti, I think, is now possibly on for 6th position. But Mashiro, my God, he's on the back.
Late on the brakes.
Goodness me, he's really wanting this.
He's so confident mid-corner, isn't he? Mashiro's got so much pace. This track just does not suit this Red Bull one iota, and it's really cost him so far. What a yellow flag somewhere. I think that might be Sean.
Sean, yeah. I think he reset the track in the final sector after a spin through bus stop, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. I saw that go from yellow to green in an instant, so I think he's reset the track there.
Possibly. He was running down in P10 anyway, so
yeah.
With a time penalty as well, so I don't think that's really going to affect his race too much, unfortunately. But yeah, still on board with Mashiro, we just can't get it done. Siege, though, only 3/10 off the back of Cowboy. We're going to see him move for 2nd at the bus stop.
Oh, he's got the speed. I tell you what, Siege is on the back of Cowboy here. Navy's going to be coming across the line, but we're going to have to focus on Siege and Cowboy for now. Looks like Siege 2/10 away. I don't think he's going to be bold enough down in towards bus stop. Cowboy will hold on for 2nd. Navy across the line to win the race tonight. Cowboy finishing in 2nd. Siege in 3rd. Remember, penalties can play an instant. Mashiro, by the way, on the back of Conti, trying to go switch back into the bus stop chicane. Can he get the run out of the bus stop? He's going to try and take him off track. Not the wisest idea. He picked up a 3-second time penalty earlier on anyways, and I think everyone's actually stayed as they are. Cowboy 2nd, Siege in 3rd, Graham 4th, Charlie 5th, Conti 6th, Mashiro 7th. Zero's actually driven quite a consistent race, I think, in 8th position. He's down there in 1st gear. Hopefully he's going to come across the line and not do any donuts. Across the line there in 8th position. Mays across the line in 9th, not really his race there at all, but he is going to be scoring some very valuable points, and Sean will be coming across the line for P10 as well. But a fantastic action to really round off this classic series. That's it from us on a Tuesday night.
That is, yeah, that's it for a Tuesday night. This time next Tuesday, we'll all probably be playing F1 2020.
I won't.
Everyone that's got the Schumacher edition, well, I definitely will be. I'll be up at probably midnight on Tuesday playing it because...
Oh, and Sean spins it out the final corner through the bus stop. He's going to do some celebratory donuts, even though he's picked up 10th position. He's going to do some celebratory donuts.
This is when he gets disqualified for driving the wrong way.
Yeah, he's got the car going. He must have heard you there. Sean now coming across the line to finish in P10 in a flurry there out on track. Probably a 6 out of 10 for that finish coming across the line.
Fair enough from Sean though, at least he kept going as well. He had a bit of a atrocious race, so did Mays, but they kept going and they scored valuable points when other people failed to finish, and that's exactly why that's got them good results, that's what's got them good points in the end.
Yeah, Navy takes the win. Santa has somehow finished in 2nd. Cowboy, you seen his driver's outfit? Goodness me.
Saw that, yeah.
Christmas came early, I think, for Cowboy in 2nd, and in 3rd, of course, was Siege. Sean, Siege,
yeah. And my prediction, for the first time ever, I got a full podium prediction correct, so hats off to me for that one.
Hats off to him for that one. He's showing me up here. I'll get him back next season, don't worry. But that is it for tonight. That is it for race 2, and it is Navy who takes the fastest lap of the race. And I mean, he's the only driver to get into the 45s.
Country mile. No one else was in a low 46. A 46.5 from Mashiro was the second fastest lap of the race.
46.4 Charlie.
Honey Badger DNF earlier in the race. So it's Charlie that's closest, and he's 7/10 slower.
Wow. Navy wins. Cowboy second, Siege in third, Graham fourth, Charlie in fifth, Conti in sixth, Mashiro seventh, Zero in eighth, Maze in ninth, Sean in 10th, Honey Badger DNFing in 11th, same with Jeffrey, same with Casper as well. We had Venom disconnect from the session, like me earlier on in the session as well. And also we had the Gort who left the session as a result of the first race. He did pick up some good points though in race 1. I'm sure he'll be quite proud of. But Navy has taken it. He has taken the Classic Series here tonight. I would ask if he's up for an interview, but that might be pushing the boat out a little bit there. Something we're going to have to get used to here in TTTV. Beautiful greenness on the run down towards Puon that I'm seeing on my screen currently.
Amazing.
Fantastic. It's a big TV screen. Yeah, there's an ambulance on the left-hand side. There's a marquee. Race stewards. It's very serene, to be honest. There's a helicopter flying over and just invisibly disappeared across the pit straight. Anyways, we're loading back in, which I'm very glad to report. But that is it for tonight. Obviously, Navy taking it. Driver of the series from yourself, Aiden.
Driver of the series for me has got to be Navy. He has looked the fastest man all season, really, hasn't he? He's come under pressure at points, and Mashiro definitely put up a good fight, but Navy just had the pace in the end. And I think a special shout out to Charlie as well. Charlie's really surprised me this season with his consistency and his pace as well. I think those two are probably the standout performers for me this season.
You read the back of my mind, because I was going to say a special shout out to Charlie as well. But yeah, Navy, I think, certainly drive the series. Special shout out to Charlie and to Conti, I think, as well. Conti getting the credit, picking up some very consistent results throughout this Classic Series. Fantastic to watch. It's been fantastic to be a part of. It's been great for the last 4 weeks to bring you this as well. Even if the connection has been slightly down tonight, I do apologise about that. And I think the other stream is still running somehow, so that's going to be quite fun for YouTube to fix later on. But that is it on a Tuesday night. The last Tuesday night you will see on F1 2019. If, of course, if not, I might stream something next week on F1 2019, just so we filled the void a little bit. But I know people are going to be on the Schumacher edition next week. Can you still pre-order the Schumacher edition, by the way?
You can, yes. If you go on the PlayStation Store, if you go to the search bar and you search for the game, you can find it that way. For some reason, it's not in the driving and racing genre, but if you search for the game, it is there. So. That's all fixed now, thank God. So you can get it on the PlayStation Store now.
I might have a look on Game as well, because that's where I normally go to for F1. So I might have a look at Game and see if I can pre-order the early edition and try and fork out £60 out of my bank account, which is fantastic. But I'll have to see. You'll have to wait until next Tuesday if I get the game. If you don't, you'll see me next Friday on the game. Simple as that. Simple as that. But Aiden, it has been an absolute pleasure to have you in the commentary box with me. I hope you've learned quite a lot, because you're going to be on your foray next season. I don't think I'm commentating with you next season, am I?
I don't believe you are, no. I believe TTML F2 at the moment, I believe, is just me, I think. At the moment, that's not final as of yet.
Wednesday?
That is on a Wednesday, yeah. So for the time being, that's just me, but that can all change before the season starts. I think we've got about 3 weeks to go, I think, until that season starts. 3 weeks, or at least a month maybe, until that season starts. And then I will also be commentating over one of the divisions. I believe Division 3 is where I may be commentating over next season, but I'll have to double check on that one as well. But yeah, I think at the moment this is, unless we get one off, this is probably the last time we commentate with each other.
A collective please, to all of our viewers. R in the chats, please. Goodness me. I'm going to check the schedule, actually, just to confirm what you're going to be expecting for TTML next season. This is where my connection is bound to take a hit. I don't care. It's at the end of the stream, so we're going to have to try and plug on anyways. But TTML, the schedule for next season, and the schedule for TTTV, yeah, you're right. You're going to be doing Division 3 on Tuesday. TTML F2 even on a Wednesday, I should say. It was Unsafe Release, I think, who was going to commentate alongside you, but I think he's got other commitments, so obviously Aiden going to be taking that. And unfortunately Thursday I'm already taking, because I'm going to be alongside the lovely Paco with graphics on Division 2.
Amazing.
So you get old-fashioned Formula 1.
Absolutely, yeah.
No graphics, which is a shame. But just to fill you in on what we've got planned actually for TTML, because this is obviously the last time we're going to be having us on a Tuesday. TTML Division 1 is going to happen with Kevin McGinley and myself with graphics on Tuesday at 8 o'clock. Wednesday, it is going to be Aidan Carter, the lovely Aidan Carter, going to be commentating you through on TTML F2 at 8 o'clock. Probably see where we're going with the times, to be honest. Thursday at 8 o'clock. Both Division 2 and Division 3 will be streamed live on the channel. Myself and Paco going to be taking you through Division 2. Or if you want to have a look at Aiden, you can go on Division 3. I'm not saying he's going to have a face cam or anything, but you never know. You never know. He might fork one out for F1 2020 and get OBS up and running by then.
You've done it for me now. They're all going to be expecting it.
Graham is going to be taking you through on Friday night. Graham Chappell and Joseph Callboy, quite a legendary commentary box there for Division 4 on TTML Division 4. That's with graphics as well. And then Division 5, it's me and Paco again. I'm seemingly replacing you with a Spaniard.
I see how it is.
So Paco's going to be commentating alongside me for Division 5 as well. That's going to be without graphics on Friday night at 8 o'clock. Saturday as well, CRC LMP3 will still be continuing. And of course you'll be able to catch all of the races live. And CRC IndyCar. And if you want to see Commentless Bottle It on Sunday night, you can tune in for them as well.
Unbelievable. I don't believe this slander. I don't believe this, wow. I only bottled one of the 3 races we've had so far, but anyway, yeah, CRC IndyCar on a Sunday 8 o'clock tune in. It is a great series, and we've had some brilliant races so far. We just did the Indy 250 actually, and that was an amazing race. So it's Long Beach this week, so it's going to be definitely an interesting race. So tune in for that one. And
that race that I managed to tune in was the race that you bottled, so that's why I said it.
Amazing. Can you tell me which race it was, because we might end up thinking different ones.
I can't think of it off the top of my mind.
Yeah, Road America in my mind is the one that the first round of the season actually. But if Racing at Home ever watches this stream, Racing at Home, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for that race win. I'm going to take it off you for once.
You've heard it here first, and I'm sure Ash will be very proud and will be coming into your corner for IndyCar on Sunday. But that is it from us. We're going to be live next on Thursday night for the final round of the TTL F1 Sprint Cup, and that's going to be myself and Kevin McGinley. He will be back, the infamous Brit. He will be back here on Thursday night. Friday night, there's a special event happening, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. Or was that last week?
I believe there is.
I believe there is. Oh, it's the 5-lapper night.
Yes.
It's the 5-lapper night on Friday, and I'm going to be in the commentary box, which is going to be fantastic. And what I'm going to be doing as well, hopefully, is trying to get quite a few of the guys in for a bit of a social evening, essentially, like a bit of an informal chat, get some interviews in with the guys for that 5-lapper night. So Aiden, you're going to be first on my list if you're going to be attending that. Toxic will be next, and then the rest will follow. Yes. You'll just have to tune in on Friday night to see who I surprise with my invites.
Brilliant,
yeah. Saturday as well, CLC LMP3. We are at the Nürburgring Grand Prix circuit as well. Fantastic track to have. And then you've got CLC IndyCar. I'm not sure if there is going to be a stream at this stage. Correct me if I'm wrong by Sunday, but Crusher Bro has said I don't think he's going to be commentating on Sunday. So
yeah, he's been commentating for us so far this season. Hats off to Crusher Bro. He's really helped us out. But so far we don't have a full-time commentator for the IndyCar series. So if anyone's interested, then do let us know. But Yeah, so far at the moment we haven't got a stream, but Racing at Home does stream a number of drivers actually stream their POVs over on Twitch. So if you go to Competitive RC on Twitter, they retweet a lot of people's Twitch streams, so you can always catch a POV stream from there.
Yeah, Matter and Packer, I think, as well, normally run
Yes.
POV streams, if I'm not mistaken, because I've subscribed to them on YouTube, so that's how I know. Obviously, they are going to be streaming their POVs, but that is it. The last Tuesday night, we're going to be together.
Oh, gosh. I'm going to have to make some sort of...
emotional speech?
I could make like a sad mixtape video or something.
or we're going to do like a recoupling at the end of this video.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely not. No, we're not. We're not getting into Love Island on this stream. Don't worry about that.
Oh, Lord.
Goodness me. Right, anyways, we shall end off here because we're waffling on endlessly.
Yeah. We're going to get a message from the boss now being like, end the stream.
End the stream, end the stream. But thank you so much for tuning in to this classic series. It has been an absolute pleasure to give you 4 weeks of thrilling action in the 2010 cars. It doesn't end there because the TTL F1 Sprint Cup is going to be happening on Thursday. Myself and Kieran McGinley going to be taking you through that one. But until then, I've been James Head. He's been Aidan Carter. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.